Yes, come. So we have to compile it, right? So let's compile it once, and so we'll get to know what are all the errors. Eval solution.java. So let's see which has been failed. So test case 1 passed, 2 passed, third one. So where it has been failing. So almost all the same, but we don't know where it is failing, right? So what are the first 4 lines? 0 invalid position, correct. Then 9.01, 1,
To
12.2, correct. After that, 3 invalid positions. Invalid position exception, correct. After that, 9.01. Is this one? Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
And then, is this correct? So here it is failing. Yes? No?
No, sir, it's not failing in that case.
But it's failing in my case. The last lines are
It's not failing.
this test case is failed.
Which one? No, it's 9.0. But the input and output is
A very tough thing. Hello. Just go out and have a discussion. Don't have it here.
Sir, my phone, sir.
Where did you keep?
In the class.
Go get it.
Downstairs.
Go get it. So this is one, and this is our output, right? And I'd like to know where it is getting failed, right? So
Okay, if the last one 9.0 and 12.12.
hold on.
12.1.
These 4 lines are correct, right? According to this one.
So only the last bit one is wrong. Sir.
Last but one is wrong, eh? So
I
this-
mean 9.0, 9.0 we are getting. But there 9.01 and 12.2 we have to get. And last one
Oh.
9.01. The down one.
The down one you're talking about.
Yes. Those two. That one is the down one. Yes. Those two are the errors.
Well, these two are the errors, which means where might be the error. So we have to go with the test case then, right? So open the test cases. Which one is it? Input 3. Yes. So this one. Oh, not this one. This is IE. Don't save. Input 4. No, this is decimal or double. Is it input 4 or input 3 failing? Test case 3 in the sense?
4, 0 from it will start from 0.
Oh, test case 4. You're right. So test case 4. Go with the test case 4. This only, right? So come here, open it, open it. Now see, 0, 22, sorry, D is double. 22 is something. Size, just a minute, hold on here. Size, remove 5, 4, 3. Will it remove anything from here? No. So add all of 9.01, 12.2. Is it added? Yes or no? Then print, is it added? So remove 5, 4, 3. Invalid positions. How many times you have to get?
3 times.
3 times. But how many times I am getting it?
3 times.
3 times. Perfect, right? And then add all of 9.01. So 9.01, 12.2. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
This line is also correct. The next one,
Correct.
remove minus 1, invalid position exception, perfect. Add all empty. Now add all empty in the sense, okay, add all empty and then print. So it is printing perfectly. There is no issue here, right? Remove 543.
Now error came, sir.
Remove 543. What happens?
Only 2 times.
Only 2 times we are getting it. 543 in the sense one value should be removed because there are 4 values in the array. 0, 1, 2, 3. The last value should be removed. So 2 times you have to get invalid position exception.
Third should be removed.
3 should be removed. So 3 is been removed. So what are the elements of the array now? So this one by this one by default. I mean to say these values you will get when the third value has been removed.
Yes.
అంతే కదా 12.2 అనేది రిమూవ్ అవుతుంది బేసిక్గా రైట్
Yes, sir.
when you say this statement line number 19 okay now add all of 9.01 12.2 so that print ante so what you will get is this correct yes so there is no change up to now so remove 2 remove 1 remove 2 remove 1 in the sense 2 is this and this should be removed so okay so now you have to get 9.01 9.01 12.2 that's what you have to get so which means there is a problem in the remove method got it or not there is a problem in the remove method so what should do come here now check where is the remove this one so can you guess where might be the error for int I equals to size
Should be less than or equal to 0. Very less than size. So greater than size.
yeah this is remove error right what I'm trying to do in the remove what I'm trying to do in the remove
The statement we are only remove last elements in this one.
I equals to index I less than
I should be index right
Yes, sir.
not size I should not move from start sorry end I have to start from index position
Yes.
from size position you have to start
Remove చేయాలంటే మన ఏరియా
size minus 1 correct size minus 1
Yeah,
and list of I equals to I plus 1 not I minus 1
Yes, sir.
and list of size on the top it's size plus plus
perfect and list of
it's size minus 1 is everything is fine it is
okay we'll take some elements and we'll try to
it's working sir
is it working
nice
okay let's try to do
size minus 1
so list elements are say for example 1 2 3 4 5 okay and the remaining are all zeros yes no
Yes, sir.
okay now what is the element that you want to remove at index index
Index 2.
index 3 now where you have to start from 3 in the sense this one is the 3 so you have to make here 5 and you have to make it as 0 here yes or no that's what you have to do so list of size so this should be size minus 1 I think
index and size
this should be size minus 1 I think of why size minus 1
elements we are
this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 right so which element I am trying to remove actually this is the original array right now which element I am trying to remove
3.
not element
4
at what index
Yeah, 3.
3 a of 3 is list of 3 is
4.
4 so I have to make it 5 okay now how many elements are there 5 elements are there so 5 elements in the sense size is 5 so at index 4 you have to make it null So it should be 0. So this should be not size minus 1. This should be size minus 1. Okay, I think you have decremented the size by 1 before itself. I think so. Okay, we'll see. We'll look at that part. Okay. Task is 4 passed, 3 passed, 2 passed, 1 passed, 0 passed, and 4 passed, 5 passed. 6 out of 6 passed. Okay, we'll trace your code later then. Okay. Now all the things have been set. All the test cases have been passed. So earlier there was a problem with remove method because we are starting from the end, not from the index. We have to start from the index. Okay, that's what. So now we have to check for. Hey, did you understand clearly about this one?
Yes, sir.
This one. Override method. Can you explain? So hold on. Where is the equals or contains method? This one, right? Yeah. These two statements, right? Student st equals to new student of tokens of 1. So tokens of in the sense you'll get an MSIT. You'll get an MSIT. So that will be passed to the student constructor so that it creates a student object. Now what is the student object here? ST. ST contains MSIT with a name. Yeah. Now system.out.println of list student dot contains of ST. List of students dot contain of ST. Now you have to check for whether ST is there in the student list or not. Now whenever you go with the, what do you call, where is the contents here? So what is the item now?
Student object.
ST, student object, right? So now I'm calling one more method which is nothing but index of. Now go with the index of. Yes or no? On which object you have called the contains?
For student object. This
On
is
which object you have called the contains?
in this
From the main method. What is the object? No, ST is a single student list student. Okay. Now again I have called the index of method. So index of method comes in. So what I am trying to do? I am trying to iterate through the list of all the objects of list student. Okay. Now what I get? Item dot equals of, what is item? ST. ST contains MSID. Only MSID. Okay. One object. As item dot equals of list of I. So list of I is another student. So I have two students now. I have to compare each of them. Can I directly compare each of them? No. On what basis you are trying to compare? That we don't know. Understood? On what basis we are trying to compare is that we don't know. So what you have to do is go to the student object or student class and override the equals method. Override the equals method. So why equals method? In the sense we are trying to compare. Oh, sorry. We are trying to call the equals of there itself from the list class. Item dot equals of list of I. So equals method will be called in the. If you don't write it here, which one? This equals method. If you don't write it here, then automatically it calls on based on object, because the parent class for student is object.
Yes, sir.
The parent class for student is object. So object లో ఉన్న ఈక్వల్స్ కాల్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ లేకపోతే ఉంటే ఇది కాల్ అవుతుంది. Priority is given to on what object you have called the equals method. Understood or not? Now, so this is object other. Other is nothing but list of I. Other is nothing but list of I. What is item? How item can be referred here? This by default, right? So now I have to check whether other is the instance of student or not. So this is the way that you have to check for. Other space instance of space student. Student is nothing but the class name. That's what you have to write it for. Understood? I'm going slow. Other space instance of space student. If it is true, then no need to bother about it. So not true in the sense false. So it comes out of the if condition. Yes or no? Now you have to check for whether they are equal or not. Now student that equals to of student other. Why? Because other is taken as object. Now you have to convert that object to student. Now other is converted to typecasted to student. So now that is refers to student. Okay. So this dot get name of. So what do you get? Name. What name you will get? Now you tell me.
Like other object.
This dot get name of ante. What is the name that you will get? MSID. Perfect. MSID. That dot get name. It checks in the list. Awesome. It checks in the list. So whatever the list object that I pass, it checks in the list. It gets the name of the student object. Okay. Okay. So what is the first object or what is the first name in the list? Manjunath, right? Okay. So now what is this? This dot get name? MSID. Is MSID dot equals of Manjunath?
No.
No. And what happens? It returns false. So where it goes? Here. Now one more list of I comes in because it's a for loop. Takes one more. And what is the next name? Praveen. It checks for Praveen. Is MSID equals to Praveen? No. It keeps on iterating it. If it matches, we'll say return I. Otherwise, if there are no elements with the name MSID, it returns -1. Understood? Yeah? Okay, so code explanation is done. If you have any questions, just ask now. We'll discuss. So return -1. Where this return -1 goes in? Where in contains. So is -1 greater than equals to 0? Of course, MSID is not there in the list. So is -1 greater than equal to 0? False. So finally it returns false. Okay, finally it returns false. To where? Here. Here. So is MSID there in ST? Oh, sorry. Is MSID there in list student?
No, sir.
No. So we got false. It's fine. Arman,
Yes, sir.
so check style errors. Would you like to see? How many are there? How many? 101 errors. Oh my god. I think doc strings are not available, might be. So that's why you're getting correct.
With the brackets, spaces,
Lines
lines
are
also.
very long.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to write much, so I'm skipping it. Name of the student, and this is the constructor. Student constructor, and this is what is this?
So spaces కూడా ఉండాలి.
Returns the name of the
Spaces ఉన్నాయి అలా చూపిస్తుంది.
ఎక్కడ
ఈ spaces కూడా ఉండవు.
ఎక్కడ
పైన ఇక్కడ
ఇక్కడ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, తప్పేం లేదు. Get name done. So this is an overridden method. Equals method and returns what? False if it doesn't match other student object, and done. To string. What should say?
Final output of
String version of student object, and then return string, and again solution client, and then here again main method arguments command line args, and done. Okay. And let's try. I don't know how many errors we'll get. Most of them are fixed. 84, 101 to 84. So many others still. What are these? First sentence should end with a period at line number 9.
dot.
The comments.
Oh shit, forgot. Okay, at line number 13. Line has a trailing spaces. Line number 13. We're on the correct. Perfect. Next, at line number 17, unused Java doc tag. Line number 17. Here,
Return.
we fill in baga. Name, parameter, return, nothing. This is what I feel like this. Return, name of the student. అంతేనా?
Yes, sir.
ఇంకేమైనా మిస్ అయినాయి ఇక్కడ అంతే రైట్ అట్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 19 లైన్ ఈజ్ లాంగర్ దాన్ 80 క్యారెక్టర్స్ వేర్ లైన్ నెంబర్
19.
19 సో దిస్ మైట్ బి ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఐ విల్
2 దగ్గర
రిమూవ్
enter అవుతుంది, sir.
అది నాకు అక్కర్లేదు ఇట్స్ ద వేస్ట్ దే డోంట్ నో వే టు గివ్ ఆల్సో 19 డన్ 19 5 డన్ 19 20 19 27 19 34
is not done, sir.
19
95, yeah.
19 5 done
It should be it should be protected, not public student.
where
There you have the 19th line, it should not be public student, it should be protected student.
why it should be protected student
Because it is telling that attendance from so should not be public. So we try to keep in private when it is not accessing. to
oh
us.
okay
So protected will be
Protected.
same class.
protected because you are writing in the same class so you have to make it as protected good nice next 19 5 done 19 20 is done
Parameter should be final.
okay
Final string name.
you're right final string main and done and this also should be final right next 1927 done 1934 is not followed by a white space 1934 huh? This one
So shall we do all the
hmm?
with errors?
ఇక్కడ స్పేస్ ఉండాలా నో ఐ థింక్ సో రైట్
No.
అయితే so 1934 done next 2730 so this is also done yes or no next 37 5 definition of equals of so what's the problem here definition of
So
equals
that-
of hmm?
Line is like
oh here this might be the problem right and I think that's it
no, it's there, it's still there. Sir.
still there where
Go down. In the code you open.
huh?
Go down.
hmm.
Still.
Hmm.
Still you have to wait. See, for everything you have to give default case.
default case huh?
Yeah,
for
default
every
break for every case. All the switch cases you have to give default break.
why
Check style is not taken.
check cell is not accepting us so here I have to give yes or no default
Break.
just break so default is this only right
Yes. Sir.
కేస్ అనాలి కదా.
No need, sir.
కేస్ డిఫాల్ట్ కదా.
No, no. Just default.
ఓకే.
That also.
Hmm.
There also you have to. Not this.
This would be
And
definitely.
after the open braces, do enter for everything. Here.
After contain,
Contains
Oh,
open braces.
because
Here contain integer before integer.
it's
More than
80 length of code.
Here also. Here no.
No need, I guess.
These
Here
are-
you
these
are
all
required.
after token.
This you might get.
Remove it.
This also you might get.
There tokens are simple.
Done. And that's it. This also you might get. Good with
For
no
loops
parallel.
and all, you have to
Yes,
check
yes.
for
Involve
here
the
length spaces between equal to. If should have space
where?
here. If.
Oh,
After
okay.
and that line only for loop. Remove the space here and keep loop next time. Then at the last you have to remove the space.
Yes. What else?
Same
Same
errors
here.
will be there.
There is a
For if
shortcut I
also.
think here.
For if as well.
Command A, Control Shift. Done. I don't know whether it works or not. So, okay.
It again went back, I guess. మొత్తం అన్నీ వెనక్కి వెళ్ళిపోయినట్టున్నాయి సార్.
లేదు. Let's try.
కమాండ్ చెప్పుకుంటే
Command Z కాదు. F4. Control Shift F. There's a shortcut I think. So that's what I tried for. So this has not been changed. Okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Oh, you could change here, right? And what else you have? Oh, here.
after 2 there is no
Hmm.
space. And I plus plus should not after that. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's not
Here
like
also before. After
right? Why don't you write this in the quality of the skeleton code? Quality of the skeleton code is worst on the end. I forgot. That has been recorded. Of course, that's true, right?
Sir,
Don't worry.
I go down now, sir. Still.
Down or up?
Just,
Okay.
sorry. For these line more than for flow. There. Up.
Here also, right?
Sound. Manoj.
Done?
Almost. Still there are the errors. I have to check.
This one might be, we will get an error. This one might be, we will get an error. Enough doing it well, so we'll see how many errors will get reduced. You did, so you're telling that. Yes, 17. Where? So from down 364.59. 364 here. What happened here? Oh, this should be this one.
That's it. After I plus plus there should be no space.
Then 364 56 semicolon. There is one.
Equal to
So
equal
361 43 here.
Equal to equal to.
Here space.
No, after 2 there should be no space. Before if, I mean after if.
361 is done. 322 to 42. 322 here. This one.
Enter.
Then 242, right? This one. I think there is a space. 242
Erase
done.
type should
194.
Off should be with the data type.
194. This
Float
one.
of temp.
Float off?
Temp here.
Oh, okay.
Should be.
Bar declaration. So 194,
And 85.
185, 69. Oh, 185 is here only. Okay. Then
69.
185 is done. 69.
69. Switch case should have space. Switch space objective.
Done. 69 is done. So 64, 64 here. This should be final, right? And 64, 64 is done. 59, 37.
59. They keep a constructor here, no sir. Private after class solution.
Okay.
Private constructor.
No, hold on. First we'll write the private constructor. Private solution of no R constructor becomes nothing, and this should be class final. And then 19, 17. Line number 19 here. Line number 19. And what is the other one? Line number 17.
Name hides a field. So keep name 1, sir. No, not there.
That's okay, let's try it.
This dot name 1, if you give it, it can change very nice.
Should I? If you
No,
change
name
this,
1, name 1 you do.
yeah.
That's it.
Line number 19 is done. So 17, unused doc. I've used it.
What does it say, sir?
Unused doc at line number 17.
Remove that. Here.
Constructor. Constructor name 1. Parameter returns.
That's it.
Let's try.
Maybe 2 errors.
2 errors, eh? 2 errors are okay, I think. How many? 5. Oh my god. So line number 72.
Method line is 342. That is why.
72. Method of length is 342
Method length
lines.
is 342.
So that we can't do anything because it's a main method.
Okay.
So 63.
Unused.
Unused doc. Where is 63? This one. What is it? Unused doc.
Can I remove that?
So here you have to remove this now, sir.
This one.
Here you give that. Not there, sir. Before private.
What should I give?
The same star or dot slash star. It's not taking it.
No, that is not the way that you have to give. This is
But
the way that you have to give.
sometimes it gives like that. Actually, here you have to get constructor automatically.
Returns. Nothing. Okay, we'll see. Hash code off. What is this hash code off?
That is an error.
Okay, so we'll see. Definition of equals of without corresponding definition of hash code of equals hash code of. At line number 37. So here,
At the rate override.
at the red override. Let's try
If you
next
take the
example.
very small one.
Fire errors. At line number 17, same. Unused doc. At line number 17. This one. I think this may not be required amount for constructor. We have to give, but it is not taking it, right? Parameterized constructor name of the student description nothing. Let's try. We don't know. If those errors won't go away, please ignore it. So what are the other errors? 16 unused Java doc tag. Oh my god. Returns.
Just remove that return. Sir,
I
no
think
problem.
it would be nice because it's not it doesn't have any return. At line number 59, I think it can be resolved. 59 can be resolved. Where is it? 59, right? And the other one,
No, 59 is not that one. Sir.
that also has nothing, right? So now it come down to 3 or 2 might be.
3, I guess.
I'm also guessing 3. So how many? 3. Sorry, 2. 36 and 69. What is 36 equals of, right?
No hash code. At the rate override.
At the rate override. 30, 36 color. This one. So at the rate override should be there because we are overriding an existing one. So student that equals to of student other. Okay, search in the internet.
That's I'm not getting any.
You're not getting anything.
It's showing why we are doing it.
Class.
After the class.
Yeah. So I always overwrite hash code off. Override equals. Public int hash code off equals of object instance of this object equals to this return true. No, you also have to check this one, I think. If obj equals to this return true, otherwise you have to go with that. Perfect. So what you have to do is if other equals to this return true, right? Why in the sense I'll tell you. Hold on. If the error goes away, then I'll tell you. Otherwise, I also have to check. Oh, many. Where are they? 40, 40. Oh, they are simple here. They are not much. I have to give a space over there. And what else? For the if construct must use. Okay. This has been felt a lot. And then if is not followed by white space.
71.
So around no point 71 is there anyways. 35 definition of equals of without corresponding definition of hash code of. Okay, that error is not yet gone. So what should do? Okay, this also is required. That's what it is. Crying for. Yes, one error. So what it says is earlier you have to implement the hash code. So let's see the error there. Then you'll get a clarity. Otherwise, no. So this is what, right? Yes or no? We'll copy this. At Java 36.5, definition of equals of without corresponding definition of hash code, which means the equals internally uses the hash code method. Where in the object class, because if you observe carefully, what I have told, what I have written here, what I'm trying to do here, just tell me. Before I compare, no, at line number 54 and 53. So how can I say when two student objects are equal? Based on some criteria. Based on some criteria, right? But before that criteria, if I check directly the equals of, not dot equals of, double equal to. If you observe that I have selected, other double equals to this. Which means they both are pointing to the same reference. If they both are pointing to the same reference, they are equal, which means not required to check based on the criteria. Understood or not? We both are equal, say for example. Okay, now for the equals method, you have given two objects. Say for example, Vishwas and Shivshankar. So at the time, if we both are referring to the same location, address location like 216C, so you can say directly they're equal. If not, then you have to check based on or name or age or something else or something else. Understood or not? So other double equals to this in the sense it is something like item equals to this dot I. List of I. We are calling where this equals method from the contains, from the index of. So this item and list of I might be pointing to the same reference. So at that time I have to use double equal to this. Whenever you say double equal to, I have to override this method called hash code of. Because this equals method internally uses this hash code of. So that's done. Just simply return 0 there and ignore it. Because we are not checking based on this one. We are checking based on get name. Understood? Okay. And the other error from the checklist, what is it? Check style. That won't be resolved because your main method should not have that many number of statements. Okay. There might be a simple method for sure, I'm telling you. There will be a simple method. So in order to find that simple method, hold on. Got it? Not required to write for each and every kind of object, like an integer list object or a string list object or a float list object or a double list object or a student list object. It's not required to write those many number of statements. It can also be simplified. But if I tell you, definitely you will drain out. Of course, right? Since morning you're all working on some problem, right? So for the time being, don't crash your brain. So tomorrow we'll discuss if possible. If possible, okay? Any other things that are required to discuss? Are all the test cases passed? The last one? Yes, 6 on 6, right? Done?
You can leave that.
You can submit this, that's okay.
First test.
The first test case I will tell you, hold on. So let me